We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order then. Jackson County Board of Commissioners. Today is November 1st. Hard to realize that we turn the page over on the calendar. November. It is already here. Hope everyone had a safe Halloween yesterday and got lots of candy to eat. So first item of business is approval of the agenda. Any changes tonight? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
I move that we accept the agenda as presented.
Is there a second? Second. Any question or discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Next is the approval of the minutes. You have the work session minutes from October 11th and the regular meeting minutes from October 18th. What's the pleasure of the board?
I move that we approve both the 18th meeting and the October 11th meeting.
Okay. Have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Ayes have it. Administrative reports. I don't have anything this evening to report. Commissioner Deeds, I'll start. Commissioner Woody.
Well, thanks to Commissioner Stribling, I was reminded of the local government council meeting today, and it was held at Western Carolina University. It's chaired by our treasurer, Mr. Falwell, and one of the members is our Secretary of State, and Miss Marshall. And so it was a interesting meeting for me. I had not been to one of those before, and it really made me thankful for Jackson County and the way that our finance are such good stewards of our taxpayers' money. A lot of their discussion were about local governments who were in arrears of budgeting issues and didn't have accountability with their audits, and just made me so thankful. So I just want to again express our appreciation to Darlene Fox and Manager Don Adams for how well they take care of our finances.
Okay, thank you for that. Mr. Jones.
And just to reiterate the tragic loss of our chairman of SNC, Lambert Wilson, just the sense of violence that seems to be taking over our rural and local lives, and just a tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so. Very much so. Commissioner Stewart.
Can I just make one addition to that? Mr. Jones worked with him so much on the board of SEC. I actually had the privilege of teaching with Lambert Wilson at Almond School. And his first year was my second year of teaching in 1975, and wonderful educator.
We have just a side note. The humor that he also had was spectacular. He did it in his own way. But there was one of our trustees, I won't say the name, happened to be a student of his whom Lambert paddled back in the day.
Oh, yes. Yeah. That's what he
went
was
back and forth with.
Very good.
Commissioner
Stribling.
I don't have anything tonight.
Okay. Thank you, sir. County Manager's report. Mr. Adams.
No formal report, just a reminder to the board that our work session next week is Monday at 1 p.m.
Right. Informal comments by the public. I don't see anyone that signed up. Okay, move on from that. Next is new business. The first item is the Cardiff project agreement. Mr. Adams.
I was telling Mr. Ellis I was thinking about deferring to him so that everybody could see his shorts here today. But but we do have our recreation director, Rusty Ellis, here. Before the board today is an agreement, proposed agreement between us and the state. This is necessary for us to receive the $500,000 grant for the Park and Recreation Trust Fund. This is for the park project that's next to Smoky Mountain Elementary School in the Qualla Whittier area. And this has been reviewed by everyone. What you will see at the work session next Monday is the proposed project ordinance for this particular part, and you will also see, I'm hoping that I'll have is we have a draft of it right now, is the architectural agreement for us to begin design on that park also.
Any questions about what's been presented? Oh, we've talked about it before.
I know this has been on the long-range plan for Parks and Rec, and Rusty Ellis has worked hard and as other staff members to see this come about. And they wrote a grant in a real short period of time. So pleased that it was granted.
All right, do I have a motion then concerning this North Carolina Parks and Recreation Trust Fund project agreement?
I move that we accept this project agreement.
Okay, we have a motion to accept. Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or discussion? Hearing none then, Madam Clerk, if you'd call the roll, please.
Commissioner Stribling,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Woody,
Yes.
Commissioner Deeds,
Yes.
Chairman McMahon.
Yes, motion carries.
And just for the board and for public information, this is basically securing the $500,000 grant. We still have to go through, hire the architect, go through design, go through the bidding phase and things of that nature. So all of that still has to occur, and there will be several other items that will come before this board for final approval. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Next is our legislation, the Operation Green Lights for Veterans, and this will be Resolution R22-25, and we have our VSO here with us tonight, Ms. Sheila Setzer. Always good to have Sheila with us, and welcome.
Thank you.
I'll let you present this.
And I just want to read just a little bit, and Commissioner Deeds, I'll try to be brief. So in 2015, before I started the Veterans Day Parade, there was an article by a citizen of Jackson County who wrote a letter to the editor in the Silva Herald about how Jackson County was not a veteran-friendly county. I was disheartened by that statement, and I wanted to figure out a way to reverse that. I think since then, with your support and the support you have given my office, we have had a chance to change some of that together. Now more than ever, our veterans need our support in a time when our country is so divided on so many issues. We can all agree that those individuals who risk everything to protect our country and our way of life deserve our support and gratitude. Operation Greenlight is a simple way to express our collective appreciation for the public service of our veterans, but also to know that when they see that green light, that we as a county support them. We want to shine a light on some of the hardships that individuals face when coming back from active duty to civilian life. America's counties have a long and proud history of serving our nation's veterans, a legacy that continues to this day as we work with our federal, state, and local partners to ensure that the former service members in our communities have access to the resources they need to thrive. According to the U.S. Department of Military and Veterans Affairs, roughly 200,000 service members face a stressful transition to civilian life each year. Their first year out of the military is a critical time, with risk of suicide increasing nearly by 50%. This campaign hopes to help highlight the resources that are available at the county, state, and federal level to assist both veterans and their families. So Operation Greenlight is not just significant to Jackson County. It is recognized nationally the week of Veterans Day, which is the 7th through the 14th. In speaking with other veterans about their knowledge of the Green Light, I have several that have expressed the excitement to me for having a community to recognize and support their service. I would like for us to join the initiative and would appreciate your consideration upon adopting Operation Green Light. Green represents hope, renewal, and well-being, and we shine the light for veterans to show them that we see them, we support them, and we appreciate them. And so I would like to ask for the Board of Commissioners and Chairman to adopt this proclamation for Operation Green Light.
Okay. Questions or comments?
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
I appreciate the leadership you present, Ms. Setzer.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner.
What you've been doing, and you can look around and see that you've made a difference, and I want you to know that we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Almost every week we see veterans in our paper who have gotten a quilt of honor My father got one of those, and he served in World War II, and he passed it on to our son who served in Iraqi freedom. It means so much to these veterans to be recognized and the support you give them. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
And I know we have here at our desks green lights, compliments of the Veterans Office, that we can display at our homes. Where can the public buy these at? Because I hope that as we talk about this, and I hope there'll be a story written, and we'll encourage people to do this more and for this to grow and be a bigger part of our community. So where can people find these green lights?
So you can buy them at Lowe's, home improvement store, but I like for this to be annually to where we can, and I do have, a little flyer here that we would like to send to, approval to send to all county employees' email, and also to put one in the Silva Herald to promote this, because I would also like to, for them to come to the office and pick up green lights as well.
Okay.
So I'd like to be able to do that, for them to come this week, of Veterans Week, and pick up a light bulb at our office, or they can choose to pick up one on their own at Lowe's.
But I have this really nice outdoor light on a pole out front of it's very visible when it's on. So that's where that bulb is going, and I'll make sure that.
Just leave it up there for a week.
Yeah.
The 7th through the 14th.
7 through 14.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love this.
Other questions or comments?
Okay.
What you do?
My pleasure. Thank you for.
She's getting ready to get married on us in about 2 weeks.
I am.
So there you go. That's a green light too, I guess.
Is that a resolution we have to pass?
Well, we do need to pass this one.
Yes,
So would someone like to put forward a motion on this green light?
I mean, we do so.
All right, we have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, other comments or questions? Anything else? All right, Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Deeds?
Yes.
Commissioner Woody?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Stribling?
Yes.
Chairman McMahon?
Yes, motion carries.
And thank you for giving me the opportunity to do what I do.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Didn't want to read it.
No,
Okay.
that would be good.
Yeah.
Okay, appointments. Item 3. This is Council on Aging, 2 appointments, and these will be new appointments, and it's being recommended from the Council on Aging in a letter from Eddie Wells to appoint Jay Hinton and Scott McConnell. So what's the pleasure of this board concerning this recommendation?
I make a motion that we approve the replacement of Jay Hinton and Scott McConnell.
Okay, motion has been made.
Second.
And seconded. Any other questions or comments? Madam Clerk, if you call the roll, please.
Commissioner Stribling?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Woody?
Yes.
Commissioner Deeds?
Yes.
Chairman McMahon?
Yes, motion carries. Next is item 4, the Planning Board Vice Chair, and this is an appointment that we make, but we consult with the Planning Board, and they choose their Vice Chair. And you see in a letter here from Mr. Poston that the Planning Board has unanimously recommended Thomas Talby to be the Vice Chair. So what's the pleasure of this board?
I move that we accept the appointment of Thomas Talby to be Vice Chair of the Planning Board.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Any other questions or comments?
Yes. I don't know who this is. Could you just tell me who he is or something, so if somebody asks?
Mr. Poston?
Yeah, so Thomas Dalby works with the Cashiers Chamber of Commerce and lives in southern Jackson County, the Cashiers area, and he's been active on the planning board now for, I think it's still his first term, so, but he's also very active in what's going on in the southern end of the county with the Cashiers Chamber and part of a lot of different committees, and has been a great member of our planning board.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, any other comments or questions? Not then, Madam Clerk, if you call roll, please.
Commissioner Deeds?
Yes.
Commissioner Woody?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Stribling?
Yes.
Chairman McMahon?
Yes, motion carries. And then the final appointment is the Tourism Development Authority. Also should have in your packet a letter from Mr. Nick Breedlove, the Executive Director for the Jackson County Tourism and Development Authority. And we have three appointments that are up for renewal. And in the letter that the TDA is recommending that we reappoint these three individuals. That would be Robert Jumper, Daniel Fletcher, and Megan Orr. What's the pleasure of the board concerning this request?
Mr. Chairman, as the representative to the TDA of the commissioners, I'd recommend that Robert Jumper be appointed. Worked with him for decades in tourism, as well as Daniel Fletcher becoming chair, and then Ms. Orr being reappointed.
Okay. So I have a motion to reappoint these three individuals. Is there a second?
Second.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none then, Madam Clerk, if you'd call the roll, please.
Commissioner Stribling?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Woody?
Yes.
Commissioner Deeds?
Yes.
Chairman McMahon?
Yes, motion carries. Now, we don't have anybody from the press corps with us, either in person or online. So is there a need for closed session tonight, Mr.
No, sir.
Adams?
No, sir.
Okay. All right then. Commissioner Deeds, I hope this has met your expectations. We can drag it out a little longer if we need
Oh,
to.
I have a few questions.
That was very good.
All right, do I have a motion then to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, good night all.
Good
Thanks,
night.
Mark.